bitches, every city in my tribe. Look behind. Booty dominate the world, peaches right.
Hey, what's
Hello,
going on?
welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, okay. I don't want to cut her off. She was talking. She was asking a question.
Currently, Roe versus Wade is a constitutional protection for abortion, but there are a lot of states who are enacting restriction to access.
What? So they don't want women to have it?
Correct. There's an active campaign to overturn Roe versus Wade and criminalize abortion.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments for this, but I've had one myself.
No, I say that all the time. No, their comments are pretty good. I'm sorry, is it Cochran?
Yeah, I Cochran JB 39. I just had to change my name because my name's Robert
Is that
Smith.
what you want me to call you? Is Cochran?
You can call me Robert if you want. That's my real
Robert?
name.
Okay. Reminded
I
me of
just don't
Johnny
put.
Cochran.
Yeah, I just don't put
But,
Robert Smith 'cause it's just too many around, so I just want to change it up. Uh, I
what
was
you
gonna ask
got?
you. I was gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say I'm half and half on it. I'm not. I'm not either or. Um,
Okay.
like, are you looking at pro-choice in every aspect, no matter what? Just pretty much the the mother's choice on what she does with the baby, or how are you looking at it on your
I
side
think
of the house?
that the best legislation regarding abortion is a blank piece of paper.
So pretty much just let it be.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just say from my side. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna yell obscenities or nothing because I hate when people come in here and start yelling crap. Um. So I was just gonna say, in my opinion, I just think for sure when it comes to abortions. I mean, in most cases, I don't think it should be an issue. It is the mother's choice. There's many reasons why a mother might get an abortion. I agree. I think, which again, this is the 1% I'm going to mention. Okay, so it's very rare. I know it's very rare that it happens. It does, but it's very rare. Where a woman might abort 5, 6, 7 times in a row. I think that's where we need to kind of get her help, and that's where the money comes into place. Funding to educate women that do constantly come in the system and do it. Now, I know it's not open and woman has to pay a lot of money for it, but I rather it be open, like you said, an open sheet, and fund the system so the woman gets an education on what she can do. And I mean, she's going to decide on, she's going to make the final decision. But if you give a female all those tools, I think either way, it makes it right. Does that make sense?
I think where you're coming from is a good place, but I think the stance is a little problematic just because it would disenfranchise one gender, where there's no kind of tracking of how many women a man might get pregnant to where he would need the same kind of counseling.
Uh, okay. So okay, I'm gonna have to ask questions.
Sure.
A man might get pregnant.
Might get might get women pregnant. Like you're saying, like 6 or 7 abortions for a woman is cause for concern. What if a man gets, 7 or 8 women who get abortions pregnant?
No, 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 that's different. That's different woman. I'm talking about one female that aborts 7 kids. It's rare, but I've
Right,
seen
but
it.
I'm talking about one man who continuously impregnates people who get abortions.
I don't I don't really see that being a thing. I don't see how that's
Why do
possible
you see it for women but not for men?
because each woman's gonna have a different mindset on aborting or not, I think.
Sure,
For
but
sure.
we can see that that's my point is that your stance just disenfranchises one gender or sex, I should say.
Well, I would say no, because if the evidence is there, she constantly has an abortion, then there's nothing you can change about that's evident.
Right, but if we require women to disclose who got them pregnant, should we go and find Nathan on the corner and talk to him?
I mean, so if that's so, I mean, if we want to add that, I'm not saying I'm not completely against it, but the problem with that is if you do involve males, which I know that females have a lot of issues with this, is at that point, then all males have to be included. And you know how much that would cost, how much ruckus that would probably cost. I don't think it's a good idea.
You don't think it's a good idea to regulate men, but to regulate women?
Regulate men. Well, men don't get pregnant, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
They
but
get,
women don't get pregnant alone.
no, but so ultimately, the woman's going to make that decision to abort or not. And if she doesn't, then the man should have to
Right,
pay child
but a
support.
man has a role in the inciting incident.
Right.
Right.
So, okay, so if you're saying a man has to involve himself somehow, how would that look like on your side?
Well, I think your stance is problematic. So that's why that's not my take. But that is my argument to your take.
But you would have to explain to me how you would fix that.
Fix what? I don't think there should be any kind of regulation. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't see how that's possible
How
because
what's possible?
not regulating at all. Everything's regulated somewhere or another.
Medicine, there is like ethics and standards, but there's not necessarily regulation when it comes to certain procedures or medical decisions.
Well, so I'll put it this way. So I physically cannot go to a hospital here in the U.S. and tell a doctor, I want to die, so you have to kill me with some kind of medical procedure because it's regulated. You're not allowed to commit suicide at a hospital, right?
Okay.
So that's what I mean. So if you want, I mean, it's going to have to, yeah, abortions could be a thing. It can be legal, but there's always got to be regulations to it because people humans don't just do things to do them and it's going to work perfect. There's always something that doesn't work correctly when it comes to human life and mentality. Scientifically, it's just not going to work. When you say, well,
Scientifically,
yeah, it's just not going to work.
what does that mean?
So,
Laws aren't scientific.
well, laws are in place because humans can't maintain themselves correctly. That's the reality.
That's not true.
Tell me a country that doesn't have any laws.
Laws are not necessarily in place because some people can't act correctly. Laws are in place to establish some kind of standard of order.
Which is because humans cannot manage themselves. That's why those standards or orders are out there.
I disagree with that summation.
I mean, you can. That's what, I mean, if you want to. I'm just saying there's no way you can explain to me that unregulation would be okay. It's just it doesn't work. So, I mean, I don't want to go into those
Isn't
details.
that what like the free market is? It like are you advocating for like heavy regulation? So let me ask you, like if I have cancer, should I be regulated and forced to go through chemo?
Forced to? No.
Right. So why is that regulation not necessary, but your arbitrary regulation for abortion is?
So I think I know where you're getting at with this. So I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not either pro-life or pro-choice, but there are, like I said, in my mind, there has to be a set of standards. I mean,
Right, but I'm asking you why that is your set of standard.
so look at this. So money, right? So money has to be funded to the program, right? If you said to every woman in the U.S., okay, if you want to abort, go ahead. You can abort 20, 30, 40 times in a row. I mean, I'm just saying, you're laughing, but women done it
It's
50
just a
times. 50 times in
ridiculous
a row.
number, dude. It's just a ridiculous number.
Well, I knew a woman that did it 15 times, a buddy of mine. So,
I mean, you said 2040, like,
well,
and your that talking point is anecdotal.
I'm so fucking cute, bitch. I'm so fucking cute.